My fellow Volusia County residents, it is with great pleasure that I am able to discuss with you today a charity that I hold so dear to my heart. The charity is a 501(c) company. That means it's a non-profit organization and is named 100 Deputies, 100 Kids. The charity began in the Volusia County Sheriff's Office in 1989 and is primarily composed of off-duty deputies and civilian volunteers. The committee spends much of the year planning for the next year's event and raising funds through private donations. The 100 Deputies, 100 Kids charity holds an annual Christmas party at the Volusia County Fairgrounds for disadvantaged Volusia County children. With many Volusia County families facing tough times during the economic downturn and loss of employment, for many of these children, this is the only Christmas present they will receive. 100 deputies volunteer their night off away from their families to spend and host the families nominated to attend the Christmas party. The children are picked up at their homes around 5 p.m. the night of the party in a police cruiser and escorted by the deputy to the party for a fun-filled evening that includes pony rides, pizza, soda, games, and a closer look at some of the Sheriff's Office equipment, such as the Air One helicopter. And of course, a visit from Santa towards the end of the evening, bearing gifts and stockings for every single child. The night concludes around 9 p.m. with a parade of police cruisers running lights and sirens as the deputies take the children home. This is not the end of contact between the deputies and the family, though. During their entire next year, the deputy maintains contact with the child and the family to see if there are other needs and to encourage the child. You might wonder why I hold this charity so dear to my own heart. In 2000, my father was diagnosed with cancer, and at the time my parents owned their own trucking business. Because my father drove the truck and my mom worked from home for the business, if Dad was not able to drive the truck, both of my parents were out of work. By 2001, we had depleted our savings trying to survive. We lost our home and just about everything that we owned. There certainly was no money for Christmas gifts in the budget, and without a home, Santa had no place to deliver gifts for my brother and I. And then there was a light of hope in the darkness that came in the color of green. My family had received an invitation to 100 Deputies, 100 Kids Christmas party. We never knew this program existed. I will never forget the hope that was renewed in my life and my family's that night, nor will I forget Deputy Lillian Eford, our host for the evening. I was able to escape the overwhelming sadness that surrounded me at that time in my life, because a nameless, faceless person cared enough about an unknown child and their family to ensure they did not go without during the holiday season. So often children are in touch with law enforcement officers through negative circumstances, be it a domestic violence issue in their home, an accidental death of a loved one, a traumatic event in their life, or because they themselves have broken the law and been arrested. Too often parents use the threat that the police are going to come and take you away if you don't behave. This creates negative feelings about police officers in the minds of the children. This one night a year shows children that police officers are not the bad guys they are so often made out to be. As I grew older and began high school, I joined the AFJROTC. It was through the community service program in this class that I began to volunteer my time with the 100 Deputies, 100 Kids charity. Now that I have graduated high school, I continue to volunteer my time with this worthwhile and much-needed charity. Every chance I get, I find myself jumping into the action wherever I am needed to ensure other disadvantaged children receive the same, if not better, opportunity at having their hope renewed through a magical night. The 100 Deputies, 100 Kids program will and has had the power to change young lives for the better. I recently heard a story about a young man, about 12 years of age, that attended this event in the early 1990s. The young man was on a bad path in his life because of the choices that he had made. The night that this young man attended the 100 Deputies, 100 Kids Christmas party, he looked at his host deputy and stated that he wanted to change his life. He did not want to do bad things anymore, and he decided right there that when he grew up, he wanted to be a deputy with the Volusia County Sheriff's Office. In December 2010, this young man graduated from Daytona State College and the Volusia County Sheriff's Office training program as a deputy sheriff. Furthermore, he cannot wait for his chance to host a family at the 100 Deputies, 100 Kids Christmas party in December 2011, and he is very excited about the chance that he might also be able to change a life for the better through the giving of his time. I am asking you to consider making a donation, either monetarily or of your time, for 100 Deputies, 100 Kids charity. It is through people like yourselves that lives are changed and hope is renewed. Thank you.